Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to show you how I made this lovely and scrumptious date night and meal. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start our date night meal with our filet mignon. So the first thing I'm going to do is drizzle some olive oil over each piece of my steak. And I want to rub it in. I want to make sure I get it on the sides. And the excess that's on the plate, I'm going to rub into the bottom. Let's rub that in. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my seasoning mixture. I have seasoned salt, I have pepper, adobo, I have some sazon, and some black pepper. I'm going to drizzle that all over. Also have some Montreal steak seasoning. I'm going to rub that right into the steak. Going to turn them over. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, because I oiled my steaks, I am not going to add any oil to my pan. My pan is on medium heat. And I'm just going to place my fillets into my pan to pan sear. I'm going to add some fresh thyme, some rosemary, and butter. And I'm going to go ahead and let my steaks pan sear on medium heat for 5 minutes on each side. So I'm going to flip this over after 5 minutes and then let the other side cook for another 5 minutes before I place it in the oven. Alright, our steak has been pan searing for 5 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and flip to the other side. Perfect. Want to be careful not to burn your steak, guys. So now we're going to let the other side cook for 5 minutes. Alright, this is what you want your steak to look like after it has been pan seared on both sides. Now, we like our steak medium well, so that is why we pan sear for 5 minutes on each side. But if you prefer your steak well done, then you can pan sear them for a little bit longer. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my steaks off of the heat, place them on a lined baking pan. And I did forget to show you guys that you want to go ahead and cook the sides of your steak as well by holding them with a tongue and placing them on the sides to cook for a couple seconds on each side. So we're going to place them on the baking pan. And then we're going to cover this up and bake on 375 for about another 10 to 15 minutes. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I make the sauce for the steak. We're going to use the same pan that we just removed the steak from. And we're going to add our beef broth right to the pan. We have a 1/4 cup of white wine. Add that to our pan. I have a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And I have about a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. Now what you want to do is just mix everything together. I'm gonna bring my heat up to high, just for a little. For about 15 seconds. And then I'll bring my heat back down to medium, and I'll just let this simmer until it thickens. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I make my lobster. So the first thing you want to do is split the shell. So I'm going to use a pair of kitchen scissors, and I'm going to cut right down the middle. All the way down to the tail. Now, if you look underneath your lobster, it has these little feet, tentacle things, whatever they're called. You want to snip those off. So we're going to go ahead and snip all of those off with our kitchen scissors. Snip. All out. Now the lobster is going to be sticking together. So you can use a butter knife if you'd like, or a fork, or whatever you have, and just take it and separate the meat from the shell. Be careful not to break your shell off though. So you just want to go right in. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Take your knife and just simply separate the meat from the shell. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to my other lobster tail, and then I'll show you how I season it. Alright guys, so I removed all the meat from inside the shell and just placed it on top after cutting the feet off. Okay, so this is what it should look like after you place your meat right on top. Now what I'm going to do is drizzle a little garlic butter over each of my lobster tails. And I am going to sprinkle with a little bit of black pepper and seasoned salt. You don't need too much seasoning for this. And my lobster tail are 4 ounces, so I'm going to go ahead and broil them in the oven for about 4 minutes. Very quick and very simple, guys. This is what it looks like after you've drizzled it and added your seasonings. Alright guys, let's get started with our appetizer, which is going to be calamari. So we have our squid tubes. And we have our beaten eggs with a cup of buttermilk. Now we have our seasoned flour. We have paprika, garlic powder, black pepper, Cajun seasonings, and a little bit of seasoned salt. So I'm going to go ahead and mix my seasoned powder all together. And this is what it should look like. Now, we all know calamari is like little circles, so we need to go ahead and cut our calamari. So you really just want to slice it like so. Alright guys, so we are going to drop our calamari right into our egg batter mix. You want to make sure that your circles are cut all the way out. And the buttermilk really helps to get the slimy feeling off of your calamari. Because you got to remember it's squid. mix that in. We're gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes. Alright guys, so after our calamari has been sitting for about 5 minutes, we're gonna transfer them to our flour mixture. Make sure everything's nicely coated. If you can't do it all at once, that's okay. You can always make 2 trips. Alright, so now we're going to get ready to add these to our oil and fry them. Alright guys, so my heat is on high and my oil is hot, so I'm going to go ahead and start adding my calamari. And you want to cook your calamari for about 1 to 2 minutes. Make it nice and golden. We don't want to burn them. So I'll show you what they look like when I take them out of the heat.